What's good, y'all? So before I went outside and got some exercise, got some sunlight, I figured I would show y'all some of my favorite herbs and supplements that I take on a regular basis. Hopefully, just enrich your mind, show you some things that you can incorporate into your diets. If I'm usually like explaining these based off of what I use them for. But there's always different benefits and like vitamins and minerals I could talk about with some of these things. But I've had some of these for so long, I kind of just forget what they do. But for the most of the ones I use on a regular basis, I have an idea of what I use them for. But if you see something up here that interests you, feel free to go do your research. If you know something about something I'm showing you, also like feel free to let me know about it. I'm here to learn as much as I'm here to expand your mind. So with that, let's get into it. So this is pretty much my morning coffee right here. We got the Cholrella, the wheatgrass, the Cell Fuel 102, the pure Himalayan Shilajit, and these are just three different forms of monatomic gold. And I'll talk about that in a little bit. So the first one I usually take, the first thing I do daily is take about 5 to 6 drops of this pure Himalayan Shilajit. And I put about 5 drops under my tongue and I let that just like seep in. When you put things under your tongue, it gets into your bloodstream a little bit faster. This is just a chart that lets you know how much you should be taking. I kind of just do what I want to do. I just take about 5 drops. But if you want to follow the directions, there you go. Shilajit is really good for the fulvic acid content. Fulvic acid helps you with muscle recovery. It also helps like for libido boost for men. I can't speak on women. I forgot what it did for women. But it also helps with like cognitive abilities. Like it's pretty much like really natural energy. A couple of warnings before taking this is they always say like don't take this one if you're pregnant. I think most things you can't take when you're pregnant. I don't know why, but go do your own research on that type of stuff. But number one is like it makes you pee a lot. What I think is what I learned about this is it's colloidal, which means like the atoms when you ingest them into your body, like it spreads out evenly, and I guess it binds to the impurities in your body and helps you get rid of them. So in the first week especially, you will be peeing a lot. Like me and my dad, like I'm 26, my dad's in his 50s, and we both had the exact same effects when they like gave us a super energy. Like my dad was telling me like every commercial break on TV, he dropped to the floor and started doing some push-ups. A 50-year-old man doing push-ups, you know what I'm saying? So that's pretty cool. So definitely check this out. It's a nice source of energy. Oh yeah, the other warning is it smells and tastes like tar. Keep that in mind. So it does not taste that good, but what you can do is just put it in some water and stir it up, and it kind of dilutes the taste a little bit, but just knock it back. I do highly recommend this one though. Like if I show you this entire all of my whole little collection and you pick one thing from this, get the Shilajit. I highly recommend the Shilajit. It's one of my favorites. A close second is the Monatomic Gold. The Monatomic Gold, these are just three different versions. This is like a spray version. This is like a droplets, which I'm actually out of. Like I just ran out of that this morning, but you can still see a little bit at the bottom there. And then this is just like the powdered version. Pretty much I would just like take like one pipette full of this and just put it into like the mix. Like this one, the Shilajit I take by itself. But then I put that mixture with all this. The monatomic gold is really good for balancing the hemispheres of the brain, puts you into like a more zen state, like in the alpha brainwave state. For those of you that are in your spiritual journey, it increases your vibration significantly. Like when you start taking this, you'll feel this, especially when you pre-meditation or pre-bedtime. Like take some of this and meditate and go to bed, and it definitely helps you with since you're going to bed in a higher vibration. It helps you with dream recognition, dream recollection, astral projection, lucid dreaming, and all that type of stuff. So if you're on a spiritual journey, if you're on a spiritual path, I definitely recommend monatomic gold. So then we got the Cell Fuel 102. Helps with thyroid, immunity support, joint pain relief, energy levels, improved vitality, and digestive support. And that's mainly because of the Irish sea moss. The Irish sea moss, so it's called the 102 because it gives you 102 nutrients that your body needs. The sea moss by itself, for those of you that are familiar with Dr. Sebi and like the alkaline diet, the Irish sea moss definitely helps with that. And then the bladderwrack and the burdock root, I guess, give you the last 10 of those nutrients. So this is something I put into my morning juice concoction, along with the wheatgrass, which helps you, like it says it right there on the label, but we'll skip straight to the benefits here. Like pretty much a good source of chlorophyll, vitamins, minerals, healthy digestion, detoxification. I'm not sure about that term, gentle detoxification, but I'll talk about it in a little bit. Stimulates absorption and assimilation of nutrients, naturally balances alkalinity, boosts energy and endurance, and promotes immune health and well-being. The one thing I will warn about this is like that gentle detoxification. Ease into wheatgrass in the beginning. Like if you're really already healthy, then cool, yes, it is very gentle. But if you're like someone that smokes 3 packs a day and you're trying to get on the health journey, it's going to try its best to strip out all those things at one time. So you might even feel like kind of nauseous when you first take this type of stuff. So ease into this, like whatever the serving size says. Like if it says like 2 teaspoons, then try it with 1 first, and then ease into it gradually. And then the chlorella is pretty good for like, vitamins, minerals, chlorophyll, oxygenating the blood. I think it might be a little overkill with the wheatgrass, to be quite honest with you. But I used to take the chlorella and the spirulina, but chlorella is a good source for the vitamin B12. And spirulina has more protein, but what happens with the spirulina and the chlorella is that they fight for the vitamin B12, which is something that vegans typically lack in their diets, because vitamin B12, I believe, comes from red meat. So this is just a plant source for vitamin B12. Spirulina has like I don't want to say a fake vitamin B12, but like a pseudo vitamin B12 that takes up the same receptor spots in the cells as the chlorella does. So the chlorella has like the true vitamin B12. The spirulina has a pseudo one that doesn't give you the same benefits. So that's why I kind of just like put this one off to the side for now, and I just take the chlorella. So my morning juice, my morning coffee is a couple drops of this. While this is under my tongue settling in, I put the chlorella, wheatgrass, Self-Fuel 102, and like 1 pipette of the Monatomic Gold. But since I've kind of out of this, I have to switch over to the powder now, and I don't even know how much this is supposed to be, but 1/8 of a teaspoon in there. So I'll just throw that in there, and that usually keeps me going for like, I'm usually, since my body's well nourished. See, that's the difference between coffee and this concoction. Coffee is like pretty much almost like a sugar rush, especially because some of y'all pump sugar and creamer in it. But that's going to crash. When this starts to taper off, it's like, okay, you feel it wearing off over the course of the day. But since your body's well nourished, you also cut your appetite down. With the prolonged use of the Monatomic Gold, and especially with you properly nourishing your body, you're going to have less of an appetite craving. So it's going to help you stay satiated until, like, for me personally, it's like around 1 to 1:30 ish is when it starts to taper off for this type of stuff. But even then, it's not a crash. It's just like, okay, cool, this has been digested, it's been used up in my body, now time to replenish the body eventually. And I usually don't have a need for snacks or anything throughout the day, but I've also like done a lot of fasting and stuff, so my body's a little bit differently, runs a little bit differently. So then we're gonna move over to some of my supplements that I take on a regular basis. Some of them I take every day, some of them I just take whenever I feel like it. But garlic is a good blood cleanser. Kelp is a good source of iodine. Sea greens, like seaweed, kelp, even some of like the sea moss I was talking about earlier. And that's not necessarily a green, but the sea plants are really good sources of iodine. Will help with the thyroid gland, and brain function. This is another reason I use kelp. Gotu kola is also good for like brain cognitive abilities. The story behind it is like elephants were using it, and they were eating it to clear the plaque between their brains, like the ridges of their brains, and which helps them fire off better. This is why, I guess, why elephants are seen to be very smart. So Gotu kola is really good for, like, if you want to feel smarter. It's like really like a smart herb. Definitely get some Gotu kola if you want to have your brain firing off at a better speed. These two I kind of take interchangeably. Whatever the one that's in the front is usually the one I take for the day. But echinacea I take for overall immunity. Dandelion root is good for pineal gland, however you want to pronounce it, nutrition. Then we got silica, which is good for hair, skin, and nails. But I started taking this as a holistic remedy for removing, what's the word? Like little particles from the eyes. Like I work in construction, so sand be blowing around and stuff like that. So like this was going to help me. Like I have like bloodshot eyes, but I also spend a lot of time from a computer, so I think that's why my eyes stay bloodshot. But that's why I was trying this. But since I'm trying to grow my hair out and stuff like that, and I want my skin looking pretty, I just keep on taking this regularly. Ashwagandha is something I talked about before. The main benefits I remember from this is the lower cortisol levels and increased testosterone. So like it helps you like with, especially for men with workout and libido, that type of stuff. Women, I think it has a very similar effect. Does it say it on here? I don't think so. But regardless, it's like that's what I usually take this for. Zinc was a holistic cure for like my smell problem. Like I don't, or by smell problems, like I have like a terrible sense of smell, which impedes my taste as well. And it's been like this for years. But I found this one. I've been trying this one now. I've only been trying this one for a week or so, so I don't know about the efficiency on that yet. But also zinc helps in sperm production, like your sperm count. So if you have like a very low sperm count, you're trying to like have a child, and I have some other stuff that can help with that. But that's just another fortunate effect for zinc. This is another form of my monatomic gold. This is actually my favorite one that I take before meditation. If we look at the ingredients here, there's like the 24 karat nano gold, Dead Sea mineral complex, frankincense extract. What was that? Myrrh, whatever. Pure solfeggio harmonized water, and love. I actually didn't know love was an ingredient, but that's cute. But what this is like one of my favorite things about this product is that he uses like real alchemic procedures to like make his products. And like you can see there's a whole bunch of sacred geometry on the bottle and that type of stuff. If you look up Now Alchemy, he like explains like how he makes all this type of stuff, and he seems to really know what he's doing and talking about. And since we put the solfeggio frequency in there, like solfeggio frequencies are frequencies that harmonize with the body. And when you put this through water, like water retains information. So when you put that frequency in the water and then ingest the water, you now incorporate that high vibratory state or frequency into your own cells. So this is something I would take before bedtime, pre-bedtime meditation and bedtime. It definitely help you with, like I said before, the your brain get into alpha state, meditative state a lot faster, astral projection, lucid dreams, and that type of stuff. So moving on to my herbal collection, like my actual herbs that aren't the capsules except for this guy. We got the all of these are pretty much for a pineal gland nutrition tea. Okay, so we got the alfalfa, the burdock. Oh no, this is the black cohosh root. Then the burdock root, ginkgo leaf, foti, and dandelion root. And I couldn't find like the actual herbs, so but I happen to have these, the eye bright, and I kind of just cheat with these and just like put them all into the break open the tablet and put it into the tea mixture and whatever. It might be a little cheating, but whatever, you do what you can do. And pretty much this just helps nourish the pineal gland or the pineal gland. I really do, and the tea by itself just tastes pretty good. It tastes like a typical tea. All you do is just put this into like a pot, boil some water, strain out all the herbs. You're good to go. Very simple. Let's see. Then we have the mugwort. Mugwort is very good for lucid dreaming. So if you take this, you drink a cup of this before bed, you're gonna have some lucid dreams. So if you're really trying to get in touch with the spirit world, the dream world, whatever you want to call that extra dimension up there, mugwort is really good for that. Solomon's seal is good for, like, it's apparently good for the chakras, like opening up the pathways between the 7 chakras. So Solomon's seal, and that kind of makes sense, is why it's called a seal. There's like the 7 seals in the Bible, so 7 seals correlate to the chakra centers. So there you go. What I like to do is the Solomon's seal and the blue lotus flower. These are just 2 of the same things. It's like the blue lotus is like a very high vibratory plant. I used to actually use this one to help cut my I don't want to call it weed addiction, but like, you know, I used to like cut the weed, like mix like some weed in that and smoke it. And I realized that when I smoked this, it was more like a calming thing. If you smoke this by itself, it's like, it's not a high, but you just get put in just a nice little calm. It's almost like CBD. You just feel really calm with that. So if you're actually trying to just quit smoking weed, then I recommend cutting your weed with the weed and then put some blue lotus in there, smoke it together. You can smoke this by itself and it almost just smells, it feels like you're just smoking a tea, but then when you sit back, instead of getting high, you just like in this nice little calm state, fully aware, fully functional, and it's legal everywhere. So cool. Then we got the linden. I actually forgot what this one did. I bought this for something, but I forgot what that did. There's a linden, chrysanthemum, plantain, and fennel. And these were for an eye health tea. And what you would do is mix them up like the other one, like any other tea, strain it, and then drink it. But then also take a few drops and put a couple of drops of like the tea concoction in your eyes. And it's supposed to help you with like just like your overall eye health. This is just a cool fact that I'm going to be experimenting with, but this is just the head of a carrot, like heads of carrots. And a lot of times in the grocery store, these are cut off. Like most of the time, if you go grocery shopping and you don't shop organic, they tend to cut these off. But these are actually very high in like nutritional value. So go do your research on like the carrot tops. You can just make these as a tea or like incorporate them into food or something like that. I usually try these as a tea and just go at it like that. And always, like when it comes to these herbs, you can just mix them all together, and whatever tastes better than you, just do that. It's just herbs and tea. You know, you can't go wrong with that. The last stretch of this is like the last part of my collection. This is almost like the storage. These are the ones I don't use too often, but every once in a while, like I'll just go like shopping in my own cupboards. But we got like stuff like Kalawaba and Mountain Ant. This is like testosterone boosters, libido boosts, and stuff like that. So there's, these are good for that type of stuff. I typically try these like, for extra testosterone. I try to use these for working out and exercise. Since I practice semen retention, I'm very good at converting sexual energy to other purposes. So that's just what I'm into that for. I'm not going to go through all of these, but let's just say like phenylalanine, whatever, however you pronounce that. This is like a precursor, I believe, to melanin production, and also helps with like cognitive abilities. So it's like a pineal gland nutrition and cognitive function. Palo D'Arco is something that I recommend that everyone should have. I actually need to get more of this, but it's very good for antibacterial, antiviral properties, and it's like a very good catalyst to mix with things. So if you get like the actual Palo D'Arco herb and put it into teas, it will almost like help like amplify or like help the transmission of the benefits into your body. There's a couple in here I want to talk about. There's like the Korean red ginseng, and then there's like this Asian ginseng. I think there's an American ginseng somewhere in here, but I can't remember which one did which. But like for men that are in my semen retention videos, Asian ginseng and Korean ginseng, I can't remember which one is which. Go do your own research. But one of them helps with semen production, like semen quantity, and one helps with the quality. So if you're a man that's having like issues with like if you're trying to have a baby or something, then like get yourself some ginseng and don't take all these random pills. Just take the actual herbs. All right. Is there anything special in here I want to talk about? Milk thistle. A lot of people they focus like on heart and kidney, but also remember that all of your organs need to be nourished. Milk thistle actually needs to be out here. I do take this one a little bit more regularly, but this one helps with the liver. Let's see. I got some turmeric. It's like this is a tablet, but all the turmeric's pretty much the same. Whether you get it like in the spice section of the store or in the herbal section, it's all the same stuff. That's just marketing. But turmeric helps with gastrointestinal stuff, digestion, that type of stuff. Is there anything special in here? Oh yeah, so some of the mushrooms I like. Actually colloidal silver is pretty good, like especially for antiviral. Also, if you have like a cut, if you put like some activated charcoal and colloidal silver, it definitely helps get rid of bacteria and clean cuts in a holistic way. But chaga mushroom is good for antioxidant and DNA support. Pretty much like if you want to look good without your skin starting to sag as you age, then start taking that now. Lion's mane helps with memory nerve support. If you know someone that suffers from Alzheimer's or maybe even like some brain cancer, stuff like that, they should look into researching that. Reishi, longevity. I haven't taken this one forever. And then maitake, which is good for blood sugar levels. So if you know someone that's diabetic or something like that, then they can do that and take some of this type of stuff. Once again, holistic stuff. Get them off of the insulin. Get them out of the system of the pharmaceutical company where they treat symptoms. They don't cure anything. They make more money, treating you instead of curing you. This is one I would just want to throw out there. If anyone knows how to properly use yohimbe, please let me know. Yohimbe is like the only like fail story that I've taken this. Like when I take this one, like my heart starts pumping, like it feels like I took speed or something like that. Like it made me feel crazy. I had to jump in and out of the shower. I had to breathe. I was like considering calling 911 and just off of one pill. So please tell me how to properly use this. Maybe it's because it's 4-to-1. It's a lot stronger than it's supposed to be, but this one is crazy. I don't know. They said this is for like male libido and like testosterone, that type of stuff. But man, I don't know about this one. That's why that one's in the back. And I put that one way back there. So if I ever need to spike somebody's drink, that's what I'm gonna do with that one, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, then up here we got the Haritaki, very high vibratory root or plant. or it's mainly like ground up seeds. They're very good for like people in their spiritual journey. If you want to get big into meditation and detoxifying the body, Haritaki is like a miracle plant. I really do recommend this. Just be careful how much you take. Sometimes I wake up in the morning kind of nauseous with this one, and also like, yeah, brain superfood. This is like the powder. The powder is very, very bitter, very disgusting. The pill version is a lot easier to take in. Up here I have like bee pollen. I forgot what this one did, but I do think it also helps with like female menstruation. So like if you have like heavy periods as a woman or something like that, you can take that. But it also helps with like allergies. Yeah, I kind of forgot, but that's why it's up here. I don't use these ones too often. The maca powder right there in the back. Apparently for women it helps with weight gain. And so if you're trying to gain some weight, then maca powder is good for you. But either way, it increases the libido for men and women. So it's like if you try and get your sexy time on, there you go. Goji berry, I think this has antioxidant properties. Let's see, rich in vitamin C and enzymes. There you go. Got some I got like the beetroot powder, and this was like a beetroot mushroom mixture. Basically the color of it kind of gives it away what it does. Like beetroot powder helps with like blood purification, like getting more oxygen through the blood. Healthy blood, healthy body, right? I got some brain MCT oil. I don't really know too much about this, but instead of like putting creamer in your coffee, put some, if you still drink coffee, put MCT oil, and like it helps you, gives you like a nice little energy boost throughout the day. And I have a whole bunch of other stuff in here, but that's pretty much the gist, you know. I'm really big into holistic medicine, holistic healing. You know, I don't trust when doctors give you some pill, it's like a white pill or has all these little balls in them, like different colors and stuff. I'm like, this ain't candy. Like, why is it that all of your things have these crazy side effects when I can take these herbs and make my body feel amazing? You know, but I know this is kind of a long video. I was probably just getting ranty. I probably said 8,000 times in it, but you know, just wanted to share some stuff with y'all, and hopefully you learned something from this one. Let me know if you have any thoughts or comments. Let me know. Till the next one. Peace.